isn't too much between the teams in the league, is there?
Maybe second to where Raith are just now, there's not too much, so it's coming to that crucial point of the season where it's really good to put a wee run together to try and really latch on and try and get in that maybe top four. That's kind of aim we're looking at. I just want us to carry on the form we've been showing against Cove, against Arbroath and the Queen's Park game. So if we can keep that going, we'll be okay. We've been decent the last few weeks.
And obviously, as you say, you've gone 3 games undefeated. You did have that tough spell with injuries and that sort of thing. How much do you feel that you're maybe coming to the turning point in the season now?
That's exactly where I'm at, Stephanie, because just in terms of, we could have a couple back in the bench this week. With the game being off, it gave them another week's training. And there's a few getting closer, which is great, on top of the results. So, and then you get how crucial a game it is in terms of a win would really propel us, wouldn't it? Wouldn't say that we would be in the top 4, but we'd be starting to push 5th, 4th, which would be great.
And how confident do you still remain that you can be challenging for promotion this season, despite the tough spell you've had with injuries? You've got some players coming back now. You can still be challengers. I think
we've proven that. It's just last season what we did, we've kept a good chunk of the squad and the core of the squad, and then we got those injuries. But I think you go as far as the Queen's Park game, who are top of the league, where we're competitive against them, and it was a really good game. So that's what the levels that we can get to. We're a bit off the pace just now because of that run you were talking about, but I think it shows you what we're capable of when we can go and give Queen's Park a real good game, and we have to keep those levels up. If we keep those levels up, we can really have a push, but it's going to be hard work and it's going to take a lot of effort.
And we're obviously nearing the end of the transfer window. You yourself, are you looking to bring anyone else in, or is there any updates in terms of ins or outs?
No, obviously George Oakley left the club, and we wish George all the best, and he ends up going to Morton, so we wish him all the best apart from when he plays against us. Coming in, as I said, it's the same old answer where we can't just go out and look for somebody and say, right, there you go, there's a replacement, and spend a lot of money. We've got to be shrewd in our business, and that's the phrase that I keep to, because we have got players coming back as well. We've got options, but we'll see where we go with that one. We're looking, but it's not a certainty we're going to take somebody. But if there's somebody there, a good bit of value, then we'll be looking to do something.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, Stephanie.
Billy, last week's game also called off, but obviously the momentum you gained in the last 3 games before that. But is it a good or a bad thing though, maybe to get some of these boys back that will be on the bench this weekend?
A week closer, another week's training into them is always good, and I still like to have played the game, Stevie, because we had that momentum. We still got it, don't get me wrong, but while Raith have been playing games, obviously we have not had a game for a couple of weeks, but looking forward to the game. It's the crucial one, as we say. Everybody always talks about a record against Raith, which is nice, but we have to work hard to keep that going because they're a good side.
And obviously every game a 6-pointer now towards the end of the season, but the next 2 home games and the next 2 league games away to Raith and away Morton, that's a massive week for you, isn't it?
It is, because it's 2 round about us, and we're on to Morton's coattails now. But we've just got to make sure we take a good percentage of points from our games. That's what we're aiming to do. We realise where we are in the season, we realise it's a crucial stage, but while it is there, just make sure you're getting results. And if we can put a wee chunk of results together, then we'll be there or thereabouts. We'll be pushing for that top 4, and that's where we want to be, and then see where it takes us. But it's one step at a time. It's the old cliche, but it's for a reason this time, because if we look too far ahead, we're in trouble.
I also, you mentioned the record, I won't mention it again because it's going to jinx us one of these press conferences, but obviously the Logan Chalmers game last year, and we were down there this year already, but I'm sure we'll look for maybe a less dramatic performance this weekend than 3 points. Yeah,
I'll be looking maybe for the last time we were there when we won 2-0 and worked ever so hard. It was a tight game, we took the lead, and then we got the late goal. And I'll take that sort of performance result, because we know the way Raith are. They like to get in the pockets, they like the wee ballers on the ball, obviously, and they cause teams trouble, and they've done that. I mean, they're unbeaten in 8 in all competitions, so we know what they're capable of. It's going to be tough, but if we're solid at the back, I feel that we can go and create as well, and that's what we'll be looking to do in the game.
Perfect, good luck, start a bit.
Cheers, Stevie.
I believe kind of almost
Right,
answered it there with your last answer, but Raith do seem to have a wee bit of, despite their league position, a wee bit of, they've turned the corner a bit, and they're a team with kind of energy and creativity, but you've seen that from your team lately, so it could be a nice kind of open encounter.
I think it will. We were a wee bit fortunate against them up here, because we didn't play well in the first half, and they had loads of chances, and we were 1-0 up just before half time, and then Daisy scored a brilliant header, and it gave us momentum for the second half. So although I'm talking about the 2-0 down there, and Stevie's talking about Logan Chalmers in that game last season, which was huge right at the death, they are a good team, because every time it's been tight and they cause us some problems at times, and we have to handle it. So that's why we've got to be rock solid defensively, because if we are, that's the one thing we've been doing in games, even in the 0-0 against Queen's Park, we've been creating, and that's why we've got the 6 goals against Cove, the 4 goals against Arbroath, and we created that amount of chances. So we're solid, I'm sure we'll go and create chances, so that's the way we want to approach the game, because Raith are going to ask us questions.
It's a good combination, that, because I remember at Gayfield you praised your defensive unit after the game,
second half,
against Queens, so
that's the kind of performance Jockey will be looking for from a back four. No silly mistakes, giving nothing away, and if they do that and they do their job, which I know they can do, then we will definitely create. We will no go down there and no get an opportunity, because we've got too many good players from middle to front. So I'm looking for both sides of the game, which all managers do. We'll look for a really solid defensive display, not just for the back four, for the boys in front of them as well, and make sure when we get our opportunities, go and pass the ball and create chances against them.